got the farmhouse grill.
Yeah, that will do, yeah.
Like putting beans instead of tomatoes. Sausage on toast. Have you want sausage on toasted sandwich? Yeah. Toasted sausage sandwich.
What about a spoon? Brian, do you want him? Do you want him? What was he doing?
I picked him up.
Go on.
It is a little unsatisfactory draft report. As yet, we don't know. It is assumed that between positive and negative there extends a potential difference which allows a current to flow. Wow. They don't know what it is.
There was a lovely man was coming in to me, and he was slowly decaying of cancer, and he used to eat a good meal, but he was getting thinner and thinner. But he gave off this bad aroma, like a smell, and it was bad, and it was so bad. I had to say to him, I'm sorry, I've got to consider other customers. I'll have to ask you to go somewhere else. And that's one of the hardest things I've done here. I mean, things like that, you've got to, you know, it's terrible, you've got to be so commercial about the thing. I mean, as far as I was concerned, he could have stayed and had his food and all that, but then no people come in, and then the rent and the rate, and they say, what's going on? I say, well, I was serving this fellow who's got cancer, and he was smelling, so I say, oh, I'm not bothered about that, give us the rent. So everything's so commercial, you've got to keep going, and got to be hard and unchristian. You've got to be unchristian when you've got a business. Do you find
running a business in that way difficult?
It is difficult that way if you're trying to, you know, sometimes you've got to put prices up higher than you would. Sometimes you wouldn't know. You feel embarrassed about putting some prices up. You've got to keep, you've got to be a bit ruthless, you know, and it's not in my character to be ruthless.
It is not in your character to be ruthless. How did you manage to box?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Ask Johnny Cook.
Johnny Cook has the black stripe down his shorts. He's a veteran professional. He's 32, and this is his 60th fight. Brian McCaffrey is 28. He's never been beaten as a professional. He's had 23 fights. Now, McCaffrey has a reputation as an iron man. He can take a lot of punishment, and he can come back.
A lot of my fights were stopped in the early rounds because I used to go straight at it and get it over with. I was only in just to get the few bob, and you know, sometimes I'd get fellas and they'd be all over the place, and I'd just be hitting them to the body, hoping that they'd go down, or the referee would stop it or something, and later on you realise you're giving them more punishment. Just one clip on the chin and it would have been all over, but, you know, just leave them hanging on for a few rounds.
Cook now is cut on both eyes and also on the nose, and also looks quite bad underneath the eyes.
You get in there, it's one against one, and the challenge of the whole thing, the fear of it was exciting. It was like your adrenaline. When you have a fight boxing, all your adrenaline's going, and the fear, it's like being on a trip. And when it's all over, you think, God, that was great.
There hasn't been a moment when these two haven't been punching each other. We're now in the 13th, and now look at this. Brian McCaffrey, having taken a lot of punishment, has found some more strength from somewhere, and now he's getting on top again. And he's got Cook on the floor. How much of it is tiredness on Cook's part and how much of it was a good punch, I don't really know, but these two are having such a battle.
It's like yesterday, fighting Johnny Cook, and all the years in between here, and nothing. It's months and years go like hours and minutes. It's ridiculous. It's on top of you all the time, and yeah, you're fighting one thing after another.
Well, the crowd here at Bellevue have seen a fight, the equal of which I've seldom seen. It's an amazing championship battle. Johnny Cook of Bootle, Brian McCaffrey of Liverpool. The last round, I think Cook must be out in front, but you can bet that McCaffrey is going to make a fight of it right to the end.
I need him with a left too, and a right.
There it is, it's over. An amazing fight. A fantastic championship fight between these two. We're waiting for referee Dakin to give the winner, and it's Cook. It's Johnny Cook who's the winner. Johnny Cook is the new British welterweight champion. And that, without any question, is one of the hardest fights that I or anybody else has ever seen.
No, he's all right, Johnny. That was for the welterweight title, and then I had a couple more and then finished. I've been here ever since.
So I threw a cup of tea in his glasses and hit him with a left hook and a right. And he didn't hit me back, he's wiping his face with the tea. I was just getting the daggers out, and a policeman came out of Littlewoods. What are you doing? And a woman back here, and she said, he started it, I started it. He started calling me thing, I didn't start it. The cop said, on your way, but he didn't see the daggers.
Well, I've got no time to think about enjoying it. You know, you're just living from day to day. You think, God, I've got to do this tomorrow, I've got to do that tomorrow, I've got to do that next week, and the VAT and the rent and the rates. And you're thinking all the time, and you've no time to sit down and think, oh. I do sit down occasionally, I have a game of chess, but that's about, that's my safety valve. I just relax, have a nice game of chess with my brother-in-law, or my brother if he's home. But then, if he beats me, I'm, again.
Mẹ ngồi ru con đong đưa vòng buồn, đong đưa vòng buồn. Mẹ ngồi ru con mây qua đầu gành, lại trời mưa tuôn, lại trời mưa tuôn cho đất sỏi mềm hạt bầm vú lên. Mẹ ngồi ru con nước mắt nhọc nhằn xót xa đời mình. Mẹ ngồi ru con đong đưa vòng buồn, đong đưa vòng buồn. Mẹ ngồi ru con nghe con mình buồn, giọt lệ ăn năn, giọt lệ ăn năn đưa con về chân tôi nhục chúng tha. Một dòng sông trôi cuốn mãi về trời, bấp bênh phần người. Mẹ ngồi ru con tiếng hát lanh đênh, mẹ ngồi ru con ru mây vào hồ. Mẹ dạy cho con tiếng nói quê hương, mẹ nhìn con đi phút giây bàng hoàng. Mẹ ngồi ru con đong đưa vòng buồn, đong đưa vòng buồn. Mẹ ngồi ru con nghe đất gọi thầm tròn ở lưu vong. Mẹ ngồi trăm năm nhớ thân thương buồn để lại quê hương. Tuổi còn bơ vơ thế giới ngục tù, chiến tranh hận thù. Mẹ ngồi ru con tiếng hát lanh đênh, mẹ ngồi ru con ru mây vào hồ. Mẹ dạy cho con tiếng nói quê hương, mẹ nhìn con đi phút giây bàng hoàng. Mẹ ngồi ru con đong đưa vòng buồn, đong đưa vòng buồn. Mẹ ngồi ru con nghe đất gọi thầm tròn ở lưu vong. Mẹ ngồi trăm năm như thân thương buồn để lại quê hương. Tuổi còn bơ vơ thế giới ngục tù, chiến chiến tranh hận thù. Tuổi còn bơ vơ thế giới ngục tù chiến tranh hận thù. Tuổi còn bơ vơ thế giới ngục tù chiến tranh hận thù.
Parasites are on 12 million. Do you know how they get it? 3.5 million civil list, and up, £280,000 rise, 2 million old security system, no good, Fagan got in. I don't know about the new security system, but I say 5 million. About a month ago, 1,000 policemen guarded 2 parasites going to Sweden. The policemen were on thousands, the parasites were on 12 million. Well, I had one policeman guarding the Queen, now they had 1,000. So I reckon there's new security system gone up to 5,000, 5 million. But no one's told me and I haven't seen it in any papers. Whitelaw said the other one, when they were questioning about Fagan getting in, he said the security system cost 2 million. Well, there was only one policeman there. On this, a month ago, to Sweden, there was 1,000 guarding 2 of them. I think they got there and back all right, yeah. Yeah.
It seems like I'm having a condom moment here. Defo. I've just had a mental block.
Rod Steiger is soccer ref. Who wants him dead and why? Read all about The Glory Boys, a fast-moving thriller in this week's TV Times, and go on location with its stars, Steiger and Anthony Perkins. The Glory Boys, 3 hours of nail-biting television. Don't miss it. Also, trendy Paula Yates on fashion. How Des O'Connor teed up for romance. Mavis from Coronation Street. Hazel O'Connor. The real-life newlyweds from Emmerdale Farm, and full details of the week ahead on ITV and Channel 4.
In TV Times magazine.
I think there'll be a fantastic future for Liverpool. At one time, this was the second greatest city in the empire. We haven't got an empire anymore, but this will still come back this time. It'll come back in a different way. Done.
Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can make that can't be made. No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love. Love is all you need. There's nothing you can know that isn't known. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. Nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love. Love is all you need.
Come in, you look around, all a lot of people can see is desolation. When you're coming in on that train, or when you're coming down off the motorway, especially as you're coming down into town, all the flats and everything, they're all boarded up where they're going to pull them down. But there is something here, but nobody knows what it is, but there's something here and it's great.
Liverpool? Yeah. Liverpool's great. Sammy Lee, Phil Thompson, Kenny Dalglish.
But like, it's really strange because like people get really upset if Liverpool don't win, and like People get upset if Everton don't win, but why does it matter? Because it's only football, and them blokes are getting paid to do it. So why should people fret about it? I mean, it's only a passing interest. You should not take football seriously.
No, Liverpool's, it's always been great, throbbing from early days, Cavan and Downbeat, and I don't go out much now, but the clubs now, people, they're always characters. You always meet characters, and you're always able to talk in Liverpool. If you go down to London, you can't sort of go into a pub and start talking. Well, I can't. You sort of, the London people are great, but you've got to get to know them first. You've got to go in and somebody might recognise you, say, didn't you box, and then you're all right. But if you were just a stranger and you went in, but in Liverpool you can walk in and say, this beer's good, or it's like, next minute you're talking like mad to a load of people, and they say, what are you having, you know. But then again, in Liverpool they can say, I don't like the look of you, and give you a smack.
Nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need.
Surely, like, some of these people must sit down and think, God, what am I doing? I mean, you know, just like football's really my life. You know, everything I live for is getting up on a Saturday morning and then getting into town for 1 o'clock, having a couple of pints, and then going to the match, coming out the match, having a couple of pints and drowning my sorrows because we got beat. That's stupid. That's a stupid way to live. And people shouldn't live like that. And like, they go home, and like, these men go home and like give the wives a hard time, kick the dog, murder the baby. You know, just because like Liverpool or Everton got beat. It's stupid. I mean, it really is.
Which one do you support?
The other one, Everton.
Seen your eyes, read it in books. Who wants love without the looks? Seen in your eyes, read it in books. Who wants love without the looks?
They seem to have a lot of fight. All the people seem to have fight in them. I don't know if it comes from the Irish or not, but they're all like, they all want to say, look at me, I'm here, this is me, and they want to show you who they are and put themselves out. They don't want to say, don't look at me, I don't want to know. They want to say, look, this is me, and here I am, and what do you think of me?
Said, if you don't, you're another Scotch deadbeat, like the Queen Mother, the oldest parasite in the country. I said, have you had your supper? And if he said yes, I was going to get a knife out on him. But he wouldn't come out. I saw a clerk and I wrote a letter. I said, let me stay there till July. My auntie was coming on holiday. I said, let me stay there till July and then you can send a removal van.
Don't worry if you do not have a chimney. I have a magic key. I do have a magic key that opens all doors. So any kid listening now that hasn't got a chimney, not to worry.
One time we used to have 5 girls here. We used to be, man, busy. We'd have a big queue at dinner hour and be throwing oars out. I was just at the end on a till, just taking the money when we first started. But it slowly died and died and died, and just down to a few meals now. Well, we can get busy, but we can cope with it, you know.
We'd have both earned far more money if we both went and did a separate job of a day. If Brian went one way and I went the other. But we wouldn't see each other, would we?
Well, we were making a living, but the last couple of years we've been really struggling. I've been borrowing here, there and everywhere. It's, in fact, the last couple of years we've been losing. I've had to cash a couple of life policies to keep the thing going. But what can you do? I mean, if I sell the place, I'll get 10 grand, and well, how long will that last, 10 grand? I mean, what, a year, and you're back to square one. So you don't know what to do for the best.
Everybody has got a problem in this life, haven't they? And there was this old Jewish lady, and she said if all our problems could be turned into bundles, and we all went into a room, we put them down on the table, we'd pick our own up and run out with them, because you don't know what other people's problems are, do you? Everyone just goes around doing the business of the day, and you don't know what their problems are, you just don't.
I suppose if I didn't have the cafe, I'd have more time. I used to wonder when I had a lot of time, I was hoping for more time to do this, that and the other thing. I'll do this and that. But now I've got no time to do anything at all. And I'm thinking, when I had time, why didn't I do this and why didn't I study that and why didn't I look at this? But when I did have time, I felt as though I had no time anyway. I like this fellow who comes in on the dole and he's getting drunk every day and he's probably thinking, I've got no time to do things. But you don't realise until you're in another situation how much time you have got.
Yeah, get rid of all police and all firemen, let civvies do it for a quarter of the price.
Yeah. You'd have to train them though, wouldn't you?
No, that one getting 500 for watching a computer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you understand computers? Yeah.
I don't know much about computers, but I know it's not worth 526 a week. A man in a chair could do that for £60 a week.
Wow, this is in this week. Better go out and get like jesters' outfits because like 13th century romanticism is coming back or something.
So his dad said to me, will you go down to the cabin and see if Albert's down there for his keys? So I went down. Oh my God, what a noise!
Brian, I don't know if I envy you. You got a little business and a little family, beautiful. And I'm looking at it, I'm envying it. My God, it'd be like a month's holiday if I could have one of those days. You know, just bevying and talking to people.
Seems full when you're in the cradle. Rain will fall and wash your dreams. Stars are stars and they shine so hard. No, spit out the sky because it's empty and hollow. All your dreams are hanging out to dry. Stars are stars and they shine so cold. I saw you climb, shadows on the tree. days we lost some time after things that never matter. Caught the falling star, it cut my hands to pieces. Where did I put that box? It had my name in it. I saw you climb, shadows on the trees. We lost some time after things that never matter. Cards are clicked and the clocks will have their say in the making of a day. You came here late, gone home early. Who remember now you're gone away, gone away.
Oh, I'd have them back. I believe the Bunnymen want to come back again and practice. They can come back any time.